a wonderful long Memorial Day weekend. And I am going to do a touch-up. Had a makeup, need to do a touch-up. So one of the things that I do is clear my face, not always my eyes. But I'm going to go ahead and re-clear my face by adding a little bit of anti-aging moisturizing 7-in-1 oil of Olay. Y'all, I really do like this. This is the last time I'm going to use it. I just do one pump, which is quite a bit actually. I've already put on the L'Oreal serum, and I'm really liking that, y'all. It's hard to replace my Chanel Le Lift Cream Rouge, but not that hard when it is $150. I think it's $141 or something like that. It's just so much money. I'm not saying it's not worth it because it's wonderful, but I don't know. It's just that's a lot of money. So anyway, I'm gonna really just moisturize this in, out and up, just rubbing in over the mouth where the smoker's wrinkle and doggy sags are, even though I don't smoke, but I do have dogs. And then I go take my fingertips and get all the way in the hairline and in this temple area and in between the brow. Of course, back and forth on this wrinkle brow area. Okay, so what I was going to say was I had cleared my face off, but I didn't clear off my eye makeup, but it's faded. So what I do is go ahead and redo. So I'm going to do, how you doing? I did. I'm sorry for those of you I know you raised like me and my mama that just go when someone sips their coffee, but I just have to for y'all. I feel like it's sweet. But anyway, I'm using my Chanel Lumiere Velvet, Vita Lumiere Velvet. This is the best. I'm going to start getting on Chanel's program. I just made a decision where you can have an auto ship once a month. And that will back me up on this for a while, I'm sure. But I just do one little circle. And I probably shouldn't have done quite that much because this, well, no, because I'm starting over on my face. But you know how you don't touch your eyes? I go across my cheeks and then come down this little stripe like that. I know there's big gaps. That's on purpose. On the chin and up and over the nosy. Up and over the nosy. Get real good in that little corner. Getting that not being red here and here. It's really important. I don't care what your skin. If you're African American, if you're Caucasian, if you're Asian, if you're Hispanic, it's important not to have this darker color around your nose. It looks unfinished. Okay, so now I'm smoothing this in. Hold your hairline back. Go ahead and smooth over to make sure you get all the continents. And then with the extra, go back over my nose and up. And I only use a little bit on my forehead just to blend out that I've got the color up there and in circular motion. And then drop your jawline and make sure that you don't have a line. Also back by your ear. I have earrings on, so. And then just showing down your neck. I'll lift my necklace and just make sure I get there real good. Okay. By the way, as you go down your neck, you have less and less product, so it kind of naturally fades. Okay, so now I just got a touched up look. So what I want to do? Well, I'm going to use some of this, what was it? CARLI BYBEL? No. Yeah, it is CARLI BYBEL. I think that's how you say her name. This is her BH Cosmetics palette, and I really like it, especially if you've got more tan skin. You would love this palette just because it really is a summertime palette, y'all. It's got all the bronzes and the rich hues, but I'm going to use in this just so you know, so I'm not going to lift it up each time. I'm going to use this color mixed with this color, this burgundy mixed with this kind of tan, and I'm going to use her bronzer over here, the dark bronzer. I know you're like, bah. And it's like, those are the colors I'm using out of the palette now with the bronzer. Going to be quite just staying back here and right above this area right here. That's what causes what we call a facelift for us older ladies. Or really for any of you, stay above that. See how it gives you a natural facelift? I do like her product. It has good coverage. I like to get it into my nose and right under my chin with the bronzer. Almost like a dusting under versus a bearding that I do with the blush. And definitely get that little fat that falls down, or if you're older, just the sag that falls down. This is a very weird way to hold my blush brush, but I'm liking it. Okay, and what this does is just give you a shadow. And with what's left over, I'm going to kind of go by the hairline. Don't want to overdo this because it'll be a very obvious line, but there's not much left on the brush. So I'm doing the temples also. It just gives a little bit of a shadow. Okay, so like that. Alright, now I'm going to do a little bit of blush, and this is what I was telling you guys about the other day. This is the Physicians Formula in color Blushing Rose. And it comes with a little mirror underneath there, if you'll see. Oops, hold on. What did? Oh, you lift it with that little lip, the little second lip, the darker lip. And it comes with a brush. So you could keep this in your purse. That's always nice. I'm using my Chanel brush just because I like it better. Now, I just did a huge swirl. This is what I got to tell y'all. You got to remember that this is very pinky. See how pinky? So you got to be real careful. I have these little chipmunk cheek things, so that's what I come into. I come a little forward and round it out a little bit right there. Just because that's what you should do. And the bridge of my nose. It looks like I got a little sun. And then a little forward of my temple. Just a little bit. And then this is where I do my little bearding. The bottom of my chin and then on either side. And then you might want to blend that down. There. And it just gives you a nice little shadow. And the reason, by the way, that I do my chin is because I have a bulbous chin that's quite there. Now, because this is so pink, I'm going to use this bronzing brush and just kind of knock that back off a little bit. Blending it in or knocking it off. We're not sure what the product really is doing. Just kidding. Well, we don't know. We don't know what it might decide to do. Okay. What did I do? There was a palette that was a bronzer highlighter that I've been using on my eyes. But you know what? I'm just going to use what we have handy. What do we have handy? We'll use some of this Aveda singles. This was the Illumination single. It's quite champagne-y, frosted. You can get Aveda at the Aveda hair salons, I think, most of them. That's where I got mine. And you can guess and guess and guess where your brushes may be. There it is. Okay, I'm using an E55 shader from Sigma. Ordered some Morphe brushes, y'all. I think the new Jaclyn Smith ones, and I know they are. And remember, don't swish it back and forth until you got it really on your skin. Then you can swish it back and forth. I'm going to do the inner corner quite a bit. A straight up and down line, just on the top and bottom. And see how it puts it right in there for you. It gets right in that corner. And I think today I am going to cross over on my lid with a highlighter color. I usually do, but I mean, I sometimes come back over that with a gold or something. Who knows? I still might. Still might do it. And I go ahead and put my highlighter out here because that's what you would have done anyway. Just not right on the crow's feet, just right beside them. And on the inner here, we're going to do the inner corner right there. Didn't even tap it off. There. Now this again is a touch-up. But I am going over everything. What is a touch-up? A touch-up is when you're fixing to go out and you realize your makeup is not there for the day. It's just ain't happening. Okay, so what did I use? I am actually going to use this little copper-ish color right here as my large fluffy E50 color, which means it's going to be what? My background color. This is my color that ties it together. So I go a little above. See how that just freshened that up right there. Right there. Freshened it up. It's interesting. It also made it gold, y'all. Did you see that? It was kind of like a rose gold, and then now it's getting gold. So, oh, sorry. It's getting to be, that's quite interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, I just found an earring back. That's not good. Hold, please. well, there's a reason why. What are the odds of that? Me finding that before I left today and lost my little valuable diamond earring. These are from Kmart. Actually, these aren't. These are from Kroger. I don't know where they're from. They may have been from Claire's, little children's place. I like it. I'm a little child. Okay. That's weird because that does have a lot of gold and the rose. Well, it really did change colors once it got on. So, I'm going to go back to the two colors I told you before, the kind of dusty brown and this deep, deep burgundy. And I'm rolling them both, meaning I roll the brush like that just to do the crease. And you always put down on the outside because wherever you put down is where you get the most color. And you always want that color back here, not in the front. You blend towards that front. And remember, I do little circles without picking up the tip of the brush, and then roll the brush backward just to get the rest of it off. And there's my nice little coloration. I'm really liking this brown and burgundy mix from this palette. This is an interesting palette, y'all. It's not what it seems. Again, I am just in windshield wiper motions. Lightly, don't press hard, but don't lift up or it'll go everywhere. And then I'm going to do little circles, but without, and then rolling the brush from here in, here in, here in. And what I'm doing is blending out that edge, but keeping it dark over there, you know what I'm saying? That look good. I like it. Alright, then I'm going to take my blending brush, which is an E55, and I'm going to blend this little front area first. And then that little section between the brow and crease, just to make sure there's not a defined line. You don't want a line, but you don't want to overblend that and muddy it up. You did those different colors for a reason. You want it to fade. That's what you call smoky eye. Okay.